Hello, my dear students. Hope you are enjoying this chapter, the first chapter of second part, class 12th chemistry. Second part is fully organic. Okay, so day by day we learn these chapters, their preparation, property, and the uses. So now we are discussing the first chapter, that is haloalkanes and the haloarenes. After going through preparation part of haloalkanes and the haloarenes using alcohols, hydrocarbons, and the halide exchange method. Now today we are going to discuss some important properties of haloalkanes and the haloarenes. So it is a general way of discussing properties. So we discuss under two headings: physical properties and chemical properties. Okay, physical properties means what? Properties which are explained only by the outside appearance or by conducting simple tests. Okay, whereas chemical properties means what? We have to conduct experiment, how they react, how they behave, what are the products formed. So all those matters a lot. Okay, so today we are discussing some important physical properties of haloalkanes and the haloarenes. So with this I welcome you all for today's session on physical properties of haloalkanes and the haloarenes. Yeah, first point is regarding the boiling point and the melting point. Before we go into the boiling point and the melting point, some other physical properties of haloalkanes and the haloarenes are lower haloalkanes and the haloarenes are small in size, so they want to exist individually. So therefore, they are gaseous in water. They exist in the gaseous state. They are gases. Okay. As the mass increases, as the molecular mass increases, because of the increase in the number of atoms, whether it is a hydrocarbon chain or a halogen end. So because of the increase in the mass, what happens? So they want to go for staying together. Okay, due to the intermolecular force of attraction, then they exist as what? Liquids. And as the number becomes still more, then they go for the packing, then they exist as solids. That means, what is the conclusion? Lower haloalkanes and the haloarenes are gases. In between members are liquids. Higher haloalkanes, especially more than 16 or more than 20 carbon atoms. So those haloalkanes and the haloarenes are solids in what? Appearance. So that means haloalkenes and haloarenes exist in all the three states, depend upon their molecular mass. Lower gas, middle liquid, higher solids. Okay, right. Now about the boiling point and the melting points. Okay, haloalkanes are, how haloalkanes are formed? Haloalkanes or the haloarenes are formed by the replacement of hydrogen from the hydrocarbon by halogen atoms. That means they are the derivatives of their corresponding parent hydrocarbon. For example, methyl chloride is formed from the methane, ethyl bromide is formed from the ethane, propyl iodide is formed from the propane. That means they are formed from their respective parent hydrocarbon. Okay, now you compare methane with methyl chloride, ethane with ethyl bromide. So when you compare haloalkanes with their corresponding parent, what we can see? Haloalkanes or the haloarenes are more dipole in nature compared to the parent hydrocarbon. Why? Because we have understood in the previous session that nature of CX bond. So in the nature of CX bond, what we understood? X, that is halogen, is electronegative in nature. It withdraws shared pair of electrons towards itself, creating negative pole on the halogen and the positive pole on the carbon atom. So poles are created, two poles are created, dipoles, due to the electronic movement. So which is known as what? Dipole moment of haloalkanes and the haloarenes. So because of the two poles created, so they start attracting. So one haloalkane with its two poles will attract the other haloalkane with their two poles of the dipoles. That means attraction between the haloalkenes is more compared to the attraction of the two their corresponding parent hydrocarbon. That means what? Attraction between methane is less than the attraction between the methyl chloride and the methyl chloride. So because of this attraction, what happens? They come close. When they come close, so to separate them, it is very difficult, or we require more heat energy. That means their boiling point or the melting points are higher than their corresponding parents. That means boiling point or the melting point of methyl chloride is certainly more than corresponding or the parent hydrocarbon methane. In the same way, boiling point and the melting point of butyl iodide is certainly more than parent hydrocarbon butane. It is because of what? It is because of the nature of CX bond, where poles are created, they are polar. Okay, please see this order. Melting point and the boiling point increase in the order RCH2F less than RCH2Cl, chlorides, bromides and the iodides. So iodides have got more boiling point or the melting point which is applicable compared to the fluorides, keeping the RCH2 same. So RCH2 is the same, only we are changing what? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine and the iodine. So because what? Larger, more polarizable halogen atoms increase the dipole-dipole interactions between the molecules. Therefore, iodides are more they have more melting point and the boiling point compared to the fluorides. Okay, so number of carbon atoms more, van der Waals force attraction starts more, they come close, we require a lot of energy to break. That's why their boiling point and the melting points are more. And what is the conclusion? Conclusion is number of carbon atoms more, melting point, boiling point also more. Okay, right. Now you can see the graphically. Okay, so boiling points of haloalkanes you can see here, right? Methyl halide, ethyl halide, propyl halide. Okay, and their boiling points see here. Okay, this is what? This part is iodide, this is the bromide, this is chloride. So here you see the color. So from the color you can identify which one is chloride, which one is bromide and which one is iodide. Certainly as the number of carbon atoms are more, due to the van der Waals force of attraction, their melting point or the boiling point increases. So the conclusion is the boiling points increase as the chain length increases, proved experimentally, and you can see on the graph also. Okay, right. Now one more. This point is regarding what? This point is boiling points of isomers. Okay, what are isomers? Isomers are having same molecular formula but a different structural formula. Okay, so these three are the isomers of what? Isomers of bromobutane, normal bromobutane or 1-bromobutane. This is 2-bromobutane. This is what? This is 1-methyl propane, bromobutane only, but as per the IUPAC it is named as 1-bromo 1-methyl propane. So all these three are bromobutanes only, but they change in their structure. So here bromine is at the end, okay, along the chain at the end, but here it is branching. On the second carbon atom it is attached, whereas here bromine is attached here, and this side methyl, this side methyl, and this is methyl. So it looks like a one small circle, round shape. Okay, so it is going to the like a sphere. It looks like a sphere. So what is the conclusion? You please hear boiling point data. Boiling point of the long chain is what? 375 Kelvin. Whereas if it goes for branching, surface area is less. When the surface area is less, contact is less. When the contact is less, boiling point is also less. And you can see the data also 364 Kelvin. Now this one still less surface area, still less contact, so they will not go for the packing. Certainly when they don't go for the packing, you can easily break them with less amount of energy. That's why their boiling point is less, and data says that its boiling point is 346 Kelvin. Okay, so more the branching, more the surface area, less is the contact, less is the force of attraction, and less is the boiling point. This is the conclusion. Now diagrammatically, just for the comparative purpose, I have taken what? Boiling points of isomers of pentane. This is normal pentane, this is isopentane, this is neopentane. So neopentane is more branching, looks like a sphere, okay, round shape, less surface area, less contact. So less contact, less attraction. less force. Easily we can break. That's why boiling point is just 9.6 degrees centigrade, whereas 28 and 36 in the case of what? Normal pentane. More the branching, less is the boiling point. Now this way you see, these are dichlorobenzenes. Dichlorobenzene. Please see, these are the isomers of dichlorobenzene. Please see their boiling point or the melting point. Boiling point is what? Ortho dichlorobenzene is 180 degrees centigrade, whereas meta dichlorobenzene is 173 degrees centigrade. And if you see the data of para dichlorobenzene, its boiling point is 175, almost same. But if you go for melting point, okay, so melting point you see 50 degree, minus 24 and minus 17 degree, right? Then in the case of what? Melting point, why the para isomer is having more melting point? It is because of what? Symmetrical arrangement. See, you see the structure part. When you see the structure of ortho, meta and the para isomers of dichlorobenzene, para isomer is symmetrical. Okay, so when the symmetry is maintained, so due to the symmetrical nature of the para isomer, whenever they go for the solid formation, so they pack nicely, they pack closely. That para isomer, due to symmetry, it fits well in the crystal structure, so that it can go for the correct packing, close packing. When they go for the close packing, then the bonding is strong. When the bond is strong, we require more energy to break. So it is due to the correct close packing of the symmetrical para isomer. So melting point is more. So sometimes you will ask why the melting point of para isomer of dichlorobenzene is more. It is due to what? Symmetrical nature of the isomer, which is going for packed crystal lattice. Thereby we require more energy to separate the para chloroisomers. Now regarding density, definitely density of haloalkanes is more than the water, because water is a polar where plus hydrogen minus oxygen poles are there, whereas in the case of haloalkanes and the haloarenes, they are hydrocarbon chain is there, so they looks like a oily. They go for the close packing due to the polarity, more polar than the water. That's why in general speaking, density of haloalkanes or the haloarenes is more than the water. But among the haloalkanes, if you compare, let us see here. This is methyl chloride, methyl bromide, methyl iodide. Methyl is constant. So I am changing only chlorine to bromine, bromine to iodine. What is the data says? So density is increasing. Why density is increasing? More the size, more is the polarization, more what? Close packing. That means per that volume, in a particular volume area, so more number of methyl iodide you will find. So therefore density becomes more. That you have to see at the microscopic level. One small area you select, focus it, you will find in that volume, you will find more number of methyl iodide molecules, and that gives more dense population of methyl iodide, and density is more. Now please see here, this is methylene chloride, this is chloroform, this is carbon tetrachloride. So here chlorine atoms are becoming more, 2 chlorine atoms to 3 chlorine, 3 chlorine to 4 chlorine. As the number of halogen atoms are more, density also more. Why? More chlorine, more polar, because 4 chlorine are withdrawing a shared pair of electrons from the carbon. So that means all the 4 chlorine will get the partial negative charge from the carbon. So carbon gets the less positive charge. So due to the more polarity by the 4 chlorine atoms around the carbon, in the case of carbon tetrachloride, so it can go for the more close packing at a particular area or the volume. So thereby you find more molecules in that area, and it is the reason why carbon tetrachloride is more dense than the chloroform and the methylene chloride. It is mainly due to polarity. If more poles are created, they go for the close packing, or number of molecules available per unit volume is more. That is the result. Density. What is density formula? Density equal to mass by volume. In a particular volume, how many molecules of mass is available? So if more are there, more mass in that volume. That's why density is more. Okay. So in this way, we can explain the density of haloalkanes and the haloarenes. Now regarding solubility. as already we have made it clear in our previous discussion that haloalkenes and the haloarenes are polar. Okay, so polar are the organic prefers organic solvent only, and in water usually ionic compounds are easily soluble because in water dielectric constant of water is very high, and that is the reason why it will separate the ions of ionic compounds, whereas in the case of covalent compounds the poles are created and they are not that much polar compared to the water. So therefore organic compounds are not soluble in water, whereas organic compounds, they are soluble in the organic only. So there is a rule in chemistry, like dissolves like, unlike dissolves unlike. That means what? Covalent dissolves covalent, ionic dissolves ionic, ionic will not dissolve covalent, and covalent will not dissolve ionic. Okay, so this is the theory what we learnt in the 10th and the 11th class. Okay, so with this introduction we will start solubility now. The carbon halogen bond is polar, already told. Why? Because of the more electronegative nature of halogen attached to the carbon atom, but not polar enough to be soluble in the water. Therefore, haloalkanes are, this is the concluding part, haloalkanes are what? Soluble in organic solvents but not in the water. You see the data? Please see data. So here methyl is kept constant, changing the fluorine to chlorine to bromine to iodine. So fluorine very soluble, soluble, slightly soluble, slightly soluble. Now please see methyl to ethyl, ethyl to propyl, propyl to butyl. So chain is becoming more. As a chain becomes more, it is more hydrocarbon end, more organic in nature. So it is totally insoluble in the water. So these are highly, carbon chain is more, organic is more. Okay, therefore this organic hydrocarbon is not soluble or insoluble in the water. So that means organic compounds prefers organic solvents. Okay, they are soluble in organic solvents like carbon tetrachloride or chloroform or benzene or acetone or ether or the alcohols. Okay, so whereas ionic compounds are soluble in the water. So with this we will conclude today's session on the physical properties of haloalkanes and the haloarenes. To understand the physical properties, please understand the nature of CX bond, what I told in my previous session, so that all properties becomes very easy. So till then, keep thinking and have a nice time. Thank you, my dear students.